Okay, now this is the second part of Module 1C. We've been looking at terrorism, trying to understand, define, and also understand terrorism. So we have been looking at violent or extreme ideology as one of the key characteristics of terrorism. And right now, I want us to move further and look at another very important characteristics of violent methodology. Now, violent methodology is very key. It's very key in understanding, or characterizing terrorists, and terrorist groups, because each terrorist group, the reason why it is called a terrorist group is because of its capacity to unleash terror on human beings, on societies, on communities, and this means that it is characterized naturally by violence, by terror. Yes. And some of the following are the key aspects, of some of these violent methodologies. There are a lot of violent methods that terrorist groups use, but these are some of the most important, that we come across: suicide bombing, assassinations, car bombs, armed attacks. These are one of the most common terrorist attacks that are used, or violent methodology that are used by terrorists against societies and humans and government officials. So suicide bombers are very common among terrorist groups all over the world. You can see some suicide bombers here, and I want us to quickly look at this video of suicide bombs that went off in the midst of civilians, and see how they turn out.
An explosion has torn through a bus in southern Russia in what the authorities say was a bomb attack, killing 5 people. Investigators say another 20 were injured. They believe it was the work of a female suicide bomber, the wife of a rebel chief who'd recently converted to Islam.
From Islamic State's own drone pictures released on social media. It is chaotic.
So we can see how ruthless these suicide bombers are. They even use women and children. And last but not the least, it's important for us to look at intimidation and coercive strategy. This is also a very key, characteristics of terrorism. They use kidnappings, hijackings, and sabotage in order to intimidate, threaten people, threaten governments, threaten societies in order to obtain a particular agenda. They can sabotage the activities of that particular community, their waterways or their bus system or their transport system. They can hijack ships, they can hijack planes, threaten to kill the people that are inside of that particular ship, or let's say plane, for instance. Or they can kidnap very important people, and threaten to do whatever they want to do with these people in order to coerce, to intimidate, to force, government or the societies in question to do what they want them to do. This brings us to the end of this particular model.